Cool. Well, what's up? Yo.
Doesn't matter.
Roman numeral, I guess, because it's like slightly cooler. It's more hip. Estimate is 3 hours, but go ahead and put my PB of, well, okay. Make it 3 hours so it looks really impressive. Yep. Hope I don't have to input this very many times. Like I said, I'll probably have to reset right away.
You didn't make the spelling mistake from earlier.
Too late.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's keep Flicky with the spelling mistake, that's right. Yeah. And of course myself. Alright, you ready? I'm ready. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So there's this is a very intricate route. What I have to focus on in this dungeon is I want to get Fiesel to have a little bit of experience, but I don't want him to level up. So I got a 3 goblin encounter, which is good. He won't level up after this fight. Dang, we missed him. So to keep him at a low level until I get the... I need to keep him at a low level to do this glitch later on. He has to be level 1 for it to work. And so I'm going to kill him off here pretty quickly. And basically he's going to come back and be extremely powerful in the late game. But this is a very, very precise route. Extremely precise. I can't mess up any movement or anything. So I'll have to... I won't be able to explain a whole lot at the beginning. I just kind of need to focus because I don't want to have to reset or anything. So I just want to be careful not to end this battle until he's dead. I think this is pretty good so far. Dang, we missed. So we'll have to do one more round. Play it safe, defend. Nice, okay. That's good.
I love that he kills himself.
He's also feeling very good that day.
Don't worry, it's all part of Fiesel's plan.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Your first step to godhood is always to commit suicide.
Yeah. He's got all the strats. Alright. So, since Fiesel doesn't have any, he's dead, he doesn't need his equipment, I'm just padding the other guy's stuffs to make the next boss fight a little bit more bearable. Okay, it's a pretty good encounter. So this is the last random battle I have to fight. Pretty much. So that was kind of a bad hit. The Eyefangs have 8 HP and the Carbuncles have 7. A little unfortunate that I didn't kill that Eyefang, but didn't really expect to.
Those carbuncles weren't as cute as they are now.
Ooh, man, PJ Dice got pretty close there, but that's all right. We're gonna heal up in just a little bit. I'm gonna grab this Southwind. These Southwinds will help destroy a critical boss coming up, or help ensure that I can kill this boss. Now, I'm skipping a random battle here. So it's one of the major techniques in this run. By stopping one tile before an encounter occurs and using a healing item or spell on the field, you skip the encounter.
Yep.
I do this about 188 times throughout the run to skip random battles.
Yeah, basically it's like every time you take a spell or cure that equals a step in and of itself that allows the count the step count to
That's right.
skip the random battle.
So, this is a so-called marathon safe strat. By entering this fight and not using a Southwind, I want to save a Southwind for later on. And that's good. I want him to do low damage. There is a chance that this guy can deal a good amount of damage to one guy. Like up to 20. Maybe even like mid-20s. Ooh, that sucks. Didn't want to get hit there. 12. Okay, that was a critical. That's bad. So, I'm going to see if PJ gets hit again, and then I'm going to put him in the back row. If somebody dies here, I will have to reset. Dang, man, that guy keeps missing. Okay, alright, I think we're good. Yeah, I'm gonna row PJ just in case on the next turn. Nice, double hit. Damn, lots of misses. Row before he gets attacked, please.
So for those who don't know, who haven't played Final Fantasy, they have a front row and a back row. The front row, you deal more damage, but you also take more damage. The back row, you deal less damage and take less damage. Usually you keep the fighters in the front row and the mage classes in the back row.
And this trope has existed literally in like every Final Fantasy game ever made, from 1 to like, I don't even know what the last one was, 10?
Yeah, it's a pretty base mechanic in a lot of them.
So this is the only like real break I get, so I'm going to try to explain a little bit of what's going to happen here. So the primary thing throughout the run is I want to keep Fiesel at level 1 until I'm able to get potion drops reliably from the world map. And in doing that, I also want to be able to afford to buy 99 potions, and there's, of course, so yeah, obviously we're doing the translation here, so. But I'm going to essentially glitch. Yeah. Sorry. Heed this advice. I'm essentially going to, with Fiesel at level 1, his level in memory is actually 0, and it's going to count as an empty item slot. And by placing a stack of 99 potions at the end of the inventory and winning a potion, the potion that I won drops into his level, so he'll be level potion, and it's essentially a level 166 and will allow him to pretty much destroy anything in the game. So that's why it's critical that he dies early on and stays at level 0. So that kind of makes the first 2 bosses of the game a little bit challenging, actually the first 3 bosses. And in order to survive the 3rd boss fight, which is Big Rat, you have to fight Big Rat in mini status. So you essentially have 0 attack power. You need to damage the enemy with spells. So I need to somehow get one of my characters up to have a little bit of level 3 MP and cast Ice 2 to kill this next boss, or to kill the Big Rat. So most of the early game setup here is to power level one of my characters. So so I need to focus on some of this equipment management. And it's absolutely critical that I don't make any unnecessary steps throughout most of the game, but especially in the early part of the run. Also, I need to ensure that I buy all the correct items. If I have any less or any more, I'm screwed. So you can re-enter the altar cave as soon as you leave and pick up some sweet cash. Now I'm going to go to and buy a whole bunch of items that I will overflow into the character's stats table in the next battle. Essentially power leveling. Oh god, old lady RNG. Okay, here we go. That old lady just ends runs. Alright. So in this section, like this little underground area, these steps do count. But in the town, I can walk around as much as I want to, and they don't count towards my encounter steps. So now I'm going to buy a few items. This is a very, very specific setup. I need exactly 3 eye drops, 3 antidotes, 14 knives, 4 long swords and 9 daggers. And I'll need 14 leather shields. And I buy a leather armor and a leather armlet just for extra defense. Then my guys took a little bit of damage from the previous fight, so I'm just going to heal them up. Also, since I switched PJ to Red Mage, switching jobs drops his MP to 0, so I just heal up right there to give him some MP. And of course, Fiesel is dead right now.
So do you think we can get a quick roll call going?
Sure. I'm Duckfist.
Honorable J.
LV Creed.
Ball crusher.
Alright, so I'm just picking up a couple items here. Mostly I wanted that Zeus Rage. It's just kind of a marathon strat damaging item in case I don't do enough damage to the next boss. And I pick up the rest of the items because the strategy in the next battle is to fill up my inventory. I bought all the knives and leather shields so that in battle you can actually equip and unequip items and kind of distribute a stack of items across the whole inventory, filling it up. And I'm just doing a story event here. Just got to talk to Sid.
God, the noodles.
Yeah, these noodle guys. So this will let me go grab Sid's airship. And okay, so I've made it to the first save, I think. Assuming I don't accidentally misstep on the way. I have a couple of safety saves. Steps do count in this little area for some reason. Got our airship temporarily. And I'll make a save game just in case I mess up the menuing in the next fight. The next fight is pretty much one of the most critical fights in the game as far as menuing goes. I'll spend a long time just kind of equipping and unequipping items, and essentially it'll be dropping the items that I use into the player stats tables. All right. So first, skip the battle with a potion. Whoops, I gotta rearrange my inventory now so that I can use these items more efficiently in battle. Daggers, antidotes, potions, eye drops, long swords, soft wings. Switch. So yeah, Res Fiesel, I want to keep him at 1 HP. Switch him to a red mage so that his job value is non-zero in memory. And I'm going to equip a bunch of the daggers that I have so that I only have a couple left in my inventory. And since there's only 2 left in my inventory, I'll use them in battle, but before the turn is over, I'll fill up the inventory and then cancel them out, and it'll drop the daggers into the player stats tables. And then on the next round, I'll unequip a few daggers and do the same thing again. I think that's the right setup. That battle was skipped. And we go to the next battle, skip it with a potion, leaving with 3 potions, just enough to use 3 in battle, and drop those into the inventory as well. So here we go. Can't accidentally heal Fiesel or else I'm screwed. Pick up this cure spell, and battle skips will be done with cure from now on, at least for a little while. So I'm looking at my notes. It's really hard to memorize 188 tiles to stand on throughout the run. Oops. I'm so low level right now, if I get into a battle, I'm pretty much dead. Running in this game is very, very brutal. It's very hard to run from a battle, and as soon as a character decides to run, everybody's defense drops to 0 for that turn. Which is, I don't know why they chose to do it that way. It sucks. Alright, so just 3 more battles to skip in the next area. We picked up some NPC that does something.
He's the best NPC.
And there's a south wind down here I need to pick up. Another nice damaging item I'll need to use to kill Jin, which is the next boss. Battle right here. There's that south wind. Alright, I'm not going to really say anything during this fight. It's hard to explain, and if I miss menu, it ruins the glitch. One more battle. I'll do my best to explain it afterwards. Alright. I have a very, very particular arrangement of using items, and I can't mismenu any of it, or else it kind of messes with the memory that I was trying to manipulate, and it won't work. Essentially, I'm trying to get... I'll overflow all through Fiesel stats. The stats will get completely corrupted, and then PJ, and I'll change a couple of PJ stats. So, here we go. So each of these knives and leather shields are dropping one by one into my inventory, filling it up. And then I'll cancel the actions of the previous characters, and since there's no space to put the daggers that they threw, they'll drop into player 1's stats table. And I'll keep doing that until player 1's stats are completely corrupted, and it gets down to player 2's stats. And he'll have just the right stats glitched, and now enabling me to power level PJ to survive the next battle, the next boss fight. Mess that up. I think this will still work. I messed that up. It's supposed to be antidote. I don't think I ruined it yet. I think this is still good. We'll see after the battle. Antidote. And fill up the inventory again and cancel those items, dropping those items further into the stats table. Once again, fill it up, and I just do this one more time just to make sure it's full. Yep. Now we do the potions. This guy has a couple of daggers to unequip. He's going to use a potion here. This guy's also carrying a dagger, giving me 3 more to use the next round. And he's going to fill up the inventory again. Use dagger. Equip 2 of the long swords. Throw long sword. Equip the last one, freeing up a slot. Fill the inventory up again. Last one. Now when I cancel these eye drops, PJ should have all the correct stats. Now I have to kill Jin after killing Fiesel.
Jin's sitting there going, are you guys ever going to attack, or am I just going to stand here all day?
Decent damage with the south wind. I should be able to kill him now. Nice. Okay.
Step 2, the godhood complete.
Southwind did pretty much no damage. I need to think about this. He rarely rarely kills PJ. I might have to reset. I'm gonna check PJ's stats real quick. Where could I could heal up and kill. I could do this. I could do this. Alright, I think I have a strat here. Yeah, I think I can do this. What I can do is I can kill off Feasel in the Bahamut fight. This is, yeah, it's pretty much never happened before that he's killed off PJ like that. Yeah. Alright, skill level H5 and tons of experience.
Safe to assume it still works.
Got a canoe, very appropriate present for saving the princess. I like it. I like it.
Take her out on the water.
I hate. Like, I've done so many rounds of this, and he's never killed PJ before like that. Like, I thought PJ would almost always go first, but I think we can do this. It's just the most important thing is that the other 3 party members are alive while Feasel is dead. Feasel cannot gain any levels. Actually, PJ should have gained a level. What is his level? He needs to be level 13 going into the next fight. I think we'll be okay. Alright. I think we can do with it. I think we can deal with those guys. No battles there. And I don't need any additional steps to resurrect and heal in the next area. I normally wouldn't rest at this inn, but I pretty much have to because I have to resurrect Feasel. So really unfortunate turn of events there, but I'm gonna go with it and we'll see what happens. Which is a really bad idea normally. You do not want to just see what happens in this run because usually, like, you'll get to a point where, whoops, the glitch doesn't work, and sorry, you can't glitch your level out properly. But I think this is okay. It's hard to explain why, but I think this is okay. Really bad NPC movement here. So even less commentary now that I have to think about this. I'll be happy once I get through. Once I get through Big Rat, it'll become much more comfortable of a run.
You want to explain how filling up the inventory works?
You pretty much equip a knife and then just swap it out with a shield in battle, or swap it out with another item in battle. And if there's a stack of them, it places them one at a time into the inventory instead of back onto the stack. So now I don't usually have to do this, but I'm going to go to this inn and heal because PJ has like no HP. I don't even know who lets me use the inn. Okay, I just jump in the bed.
Hi, random person. I'm going to use your bed now.
So it's kind of convenient that I'm forced to fight Bahamut. You have to run from him, but I'm going to spend the first turn killing off Feasel.
Again?
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, because I just resurrected. Because I needed to resurrect PJ.
Yeah, really.
I needed to resurrect PJ. He needs to be alive. But the thing is, PJ didn't gain a level. So I'll have to fight one extra battle in the random encounters coming up.
Third airship.
So we're gonna go drop Sid off. You don't need to do anything else in this town. His wife is dying, and you're supposed to go find an elixir in the town and save her, but we're just gonna leave her.
We'll be okay.
No
We
problem.
don't care.
All right.
And apparently neither
Later.
does he.
Gotta fulfill every small little step to godhood.
I'm gonna skip a few battles. You know, I guess it wasn't necessary that I slept at the inn again. I could have been healing PJ in these encounters that I skip. So we're starting to skip encounters again. Just some safety items here so I don't take as much damage. There's the spot here. There it is. This is good. PJ still has a good amount of MP. I was worried that not gaining a level would put him a little bit short of MP, but we're good. Alright. Alright. I'm going to pick up this arrow spell, which will help in the next glitch setup, the primary glitch setup that I've been waiting for, which is after the big rat fight. I'll be using the 99 items trick. And I'll glitch that arrow spell into another spell that's more useful. Like, if you really want to understand how the 99 items trick works, you can go to, it's like taskvideos.org/gameresources/finalfantasy3.html, I think. Let's look at the game resources page for FF3 on task videos, and that explains how the 99 items trick works. Might be a little easier. And once I get to that point, I'll do my best to explain it. What I did at the Jin fight was the max inventory glitch, and you can't glitch the same stats as you can with the 99 items trick. All you can really do is glitch out the skill level of a party member, effectively increasing their damage by a little bit, and you can glitch out their experience, making them gain 1 experience per battle. So I'm going to see if Fiesel can kill himself. Wait. I'll just have him attack, have him defend, but how much shouldn't kill me? Hopefully Fiesel kills himself. Normally I just run right away. Nice. Okay. So he has a pretty high skill. Even though he's low level, skill does contribute to your damage a little bit by letting you score additional hits and increasing your hit rate. So that's why he did an unexpectedly high amount of damage for a level 1 character, but that's not nearly as much damage as he'll be doing in a little bit. So I got the mini spell as a reward from that fight. Conveniently, it's actually the only way to leave this next area is to cast mini on yourself and enter the next town. So now I'm gonna heal up a little bit and get into. I normally get into 9 battles, but I'm gonna have to get into 11. So with PJ's stats, with PJ having a high skill level, he can pretty much kill these enemies with a multicast ice. Since his experience is super high, he's guaranteed to gain 1 level per battle. So essentially, the setup of the previous boss fight was to allow PJ to power level. I need to get him up to level 13.
And in this game, you can only get 1 level per battle, no matter how much experience you technically have.
Yeah, that's right. Or else we'd already be done. He pretty much has enough experience to get him up to like level 28 or so, but we only need just enough to get him to have a few MP of the level 3, Because the next boss pretty much only takes damage from level 3 spells. Anything lower, it just does like no damage. But 2 well-placed Ice 2s is enough to take him out. So I gotta think about how I'm gonna do this, like, after battle 6. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to get into an additional battle. That'll be okay. So I'm gonna have to power on and off 1 more time. So I'm pretty much just gonna expire PJ's MP and then heal and then do my reset. The reason why I'm gonna power on and off here is because it'll take, after the 6th battle here, it'll take an additional like 60 steps until the next battle. But if I power the game on and off, it resets the step counter, and the next battle will happen in like 10 steps, just to save a little bit of time. So this grinding section shouldn't take too long. It's only like 5 minutes. It beats about 30 minutes that it would normally take without having glitched experience. Which MP does he have now? Two more battles. And then I'm going to get into 1 additional battle after that. And then save and reset again. And I should be back on track. I've never improvised like that, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be okay. Alright, 1 more, and we'll be good to proceed. Now he's at MP. This should make him level 9. I want him to be level 10 by this point. So I'm just going to reset, get into 1 more battle, save at the same spot, and reset again. So that should put me back on track here. I'm trying to set up the same scenario that I'm used to. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and teach him Mini. I usually make 2 save files in case one gets corrupted if I power on and off too quickly. So I'll get into a battle almost right away. It beats walking like an additional 60 steps.
Gotta love cartridge-based games.
Yeah. Oh man, it loads like that. That's one of the best parts about this game. From power on, you can be on the field in like 1 second.
Can't do that in FF9.
So I'm gonna waste a little time here just to make sure I have the same situation as I'm used to. Just gonna redundantly heal, get his MP, he's topped off. I don't think it's quite necessary. All right, come on, guy. There we go. But just in case, I just really want to be comfortable with what I'm used to here. Okay, I think we're back. So we're gonna get in. So since I powered on and off at that point, I'm not gonna power on and off again for a little while. So I have to start keeping track of my steps again. Just gonna get into 2 more random battles and then position myself above the next town before the next random battle. Enter the town. Yeah, random battle. And the amount of steps that I'm taking right here should be just enough so that when I enter the next dungeon, I'll be 1 step ahead of the next battle. Because the next dungeon has a relatively high encounter rate. Just a little bit of optimization there, so I don't have to get into as many battles in the next dungeon.
I can't remember, did 3 have a lot of forced encounter panels like 1 did?
Yes. The types of enemies that can appear are fixed. Like, the first battle after powering on and off will be such and such enemy. The second battle will be such and such enemy. But the number of enemies that appear is more random. Alright. Battle. Okay. And the actions everything takes in battle is also random. But you can kind of manipulate that too. It's a little harder. You can usually manipulate the very first battle you get into after a power on and off. And I'll be doing that to guarantee that I get certain drops later on. So I need to make sure to remember to cast Mini before entering this town. It's the only way to enter this town. Alright, and the strat here is to buy an antidote and a bunch of potions. Potions will just be to skip a few battles once I run out of MP in a little bit, and the antidote is used to access the exit of this area. 1 antidote, and I'm going to buy a couple of potions here. And I'll rest up just to top off my MP again. Mostly I need to rest up because PGA gained a few levels and unlocked a couple of extra MP points for level 3 magic. But he'll start off at 0 until I heal. So now he has 3 level 3 MP, allowing me to cast Ice 2 on the next boss fight. So here's the exit. I'm going to pick up a Cure 2 spell on the way. I'll also be able to glitch this spell into a more useful spell. I'll explain that once I get there.
One big bed for such a small person.
Yeah. And then this is the hidden road. So of course to enter this town and going through this dungeon, you have to be in mini status. You can't recover. So if I did this right, there should be no battles for a little bit. This is a very high encounter rate area as well, so that's very nice. So here's the first battle. And these battles are tough. Like, when you're in mini status, your attack power drops to 0. So the game expects you to fight all these battles with spells. And my guys are so weak right now, I would pretty much die. And battles are almost impossible to run from in this game. Okay. Movement and accidentally getting into battles have become less critical once I have Feasel decked out. 1, 2. Alright, so battle will happen within 2 steps right there. That's how high of an encounter rate this place is. But that's it for the hidden road. And before we go fight Big Rat, we have to pass through the Viking base. And conveniently, there is Ice 2, Fire 2, and Bolt 2 stashed in some chests here. I'm just going to grab Ice 2 and be on my way. So the main reason why I run this game is because the music is awesome, pretty much.
Good reason.
I like to say that this is a let's listen to the FF3 soundtrack speedrun. So how are we on pirate RNG here? Alright, not too bad. This pirate can wedge himself in this exit sometimes, making it really just a pain to get out. Alright, safety save here. I'm also going to teach Ice 2 to PJ before I forget. This is just in case I mess up the next section. So I'm heading to the Nepto Shrine. This place also has to be entered in mini status, conveniently enough. So, see how there's a bunch of water surrounding this spot? For some reason, if you try to move onto a water tile, it increments your step counter by 1 for every frame that you attempt to move onto it. So, I want to be very careful when moving around water tiles, because I can't predict how long I would hold the button against it if I do that on accident, and it would just throw off my steps, and suddenly encounters would occur much earlier than they should. So we're heading to Big Rat. So all of that setup in the Jin fight earlier, all that intricate glitching and menu, the filling up the inventory and stuff, was just to be able to survive this fight. But with 3 Ice 2s, relatively high skill level, I should be able to survive it. Relatively high, it's like 150.
Great boss.
So I just drop a potion on him just in case he can, Ice 2 him twice in a row if I'm really unlucky. And I also have an additional Zeus Rage just to top off some damage in case the Ice 2 gives me bad damage. That's great damage. Holy crap. I might be able to one around him. Oh man, that would have been awesome, but I didn't. So he nuked Flicky, that's alright. No big deal.
I love how the mini dead guy is flat.
Yeah, it's this cheese. So you see how much damage he did with Ice 2? That's why I casted a potion on the previous round, just in case. But I did plenty of damage in that fight to finish him in 2 minutes. So that was all of the early game setup, was just surviving that fight.
Don't forget to
Get out of here.
touch
I don't-
that eye.
I don't have the exit spell right now, so I have to walk back. Kind of a pain. 3rd pillar from the corner. All right, there it is. Now I'm out of cure spells. That's why I bought a few additional potions, so I can use potions to skip battles. Again, using a potion or casting a spell on the field will increment the step counter by 1. So if you're 1 step before a battle, you skip it. It's just a simple matter of memorizing where every battle happens at. Or do what I'm doing and take a whole bunch of screenshots and watch a guide while you play the game. We're out of the Nepto Shrine. Use the eye. Always, if you don't use the eye, the whole point of doing this, there was that ship there. If you played this game before, if you take the ship and attempt to leave, you get into a battle with Nepto, which is unwinnable, and you pretty much die. So you have to do all that stuff to be able to leave that area. So now we can ride the ship. Should be a battle right here. So now I'm finally on the world map where enemies can drop potions. But I didn't have enough cash to buy 99 potions before, but for some reason this abandoned castle, this has tons of cash stashed in it, so I'm just going to loot the place. When I save everybody, they don't seem to mind.
You guys get paid somehow.
Yeah.
Just look in advance.
Yeah, payment in advance, that's right.
That's a trend in every single house in RPGs.
There's like 13k gil here. It's a ton. Plenty of money for potions. Oh, that was 100. I should pick up that first chest. Kind of a waste of time, but whatever. Oops, took 2 additional steps, but steps don't make that big of a deal at this point. I'm not too worried. It might force me into a battle before this town, but I just do. I can deal with that by saving and resetting a little bit. All right, here we go. So I want to stop about right there. think that took 2 additional steps. So I soft resetted at that battle. I didn't power on and off, I soft resetted. So the step counter stayed the same by pressing the reset button instead of powering it on and off. So you can do that instead of using potions to skip battles.
Now, how does that let you just immediately continue without saving, though?
I saved.
Oh,
You just
okay.
didn't notice because it was really fast. You could just save and load so fast in this game. So I'm buying 99 potions with all the sweet cash I got. Which is critical for the next glitch. So by having 99 items in an inventory space and winning that item from battle, the game doesn't really know what to do. It attempts to put the item in the next slot, but it does it in a really weird way. If there's another item 2 slots away from the stack of 99, it'll upgrade that item to the next item ID value in like the item table. Or if you place the item at the end of the inventory, at the very end, it attempts to put it past the inventory. Turns out the memory addresses after the inventory are the player's stats table. And that does a wonderful thing. Alright, I might get into it. There it is. I have to reset. Alright. That's why I made a save. I think I can there's enough steps for me to make it here. Alright. Spot. Okay, that's the spot. So I'm going to start with the stats, placing the potions at the end of the inventory. Now here's a very intricate battle manipulation coming up. So luckily, Feasel is still level 1. If we look in here, level 1. In memory, that's 0. So it turns out that Feasel's level is the next space in memory after the last slot of the inventory. So it'll attempt to put the potion past the end of the inventory. It sees the 0 and says, oh, that's an empty spot. Let's put potion there. And, yeah. Oh, did I save both times? Okay, cool. So essentially, Feasel's level will become potion. I
Level potion.
put it in the wrong spot. All right, I was 1 space too low. I need to be in an exact location. All right, there we go. That's good. So, in addition to knowing when the battle happens at, if I can enter the battle on a certain frame, I can guarantee exactly which enemies appear. And if I perform certain actions throughout that battle, I can guarantee the results of the battle, like the drop. So there's a certain timer value that determines the RNG throughout the battle. At least the initial state of the battle, the timer value will determine. So if I hold start as I power the game on, it skips the initial credits. And if I hold left as I load the save file, I'll immediately begin walking left. That'll enter the battle with the timer value. It's a frame counter that it pauses under certain circumstances, like when you're in the menu or when you're in the save file selection screen or when you're in battle. It pauses in those cases. So I can safely spend time to select my save file without it messing up. But I want to enter the battle on a certain frame after having entered the world map. And then if I perform certain actions and if I have certain statistics, I can guarantee a potion drop. So as you can see, Feasel's level is now G7, which is potion. So he's level potion. So now I have a little strange setup. I'm going to do the 99 items trick in addition to using the max inventory glitch from before. So potion's at the end of the inventory again. Now his level is non-zero, so the potion will now go past the level. He has a lot of experience from before, so it'll go past the experience. Feasel is dead right now, so his HP is 0. It'll attempt to drop into his current HP. I don't want that. I want to drop it into his max HP. So in order to... I can actually temporarily change his current HP by doing the max inventory glitch from before and dropping an eye drop into his current HP. So even though he's dead and it says 0 HP, throughout the course of the next battle, he'll temporarily have a non-zero HP, even though he's dead. And then when I win the potion, it'll drop into the max HP. So let's use that eye drop. But before the turn is over, we fill the inventory up again with our knives and leather shields. So just give me a moment to distribute this stack. It's much less intense as from before because I'm only glitching 1 item. And it's pretty clear cut. In the Jin fight, I had to do it with 17 items in a specific order. So the item ID of eye drop I think is 167 or 166. I forget which. So the eye drop's item ID value will go into the significant digit of his max HP, which essentially multiplies the max HP by 256 by whatever value it's in there. So right now he only has 32 HP, so in memory it's literally 32 and 0. So 32 plus 0 times 256. So once you get more HP than 256, it'll be 32 times or plus 1 times 256. Well, I put a potion in that significant digit, so it'll be 32 plus 166 times 256 HP.
That's a big number.
It's like 42,000. So the primary idea behind this is that I get him to level 166, I get him 42,000 health, and he should be able to survive every fight in the game at that point. So the inventory should be just about filled. Remember, I used an eye drop with PJ, but when I filled the inventory, there's no space for the eye drop to go back. The game doesn't really know what to do, so it'll stick the eye drop in the address space after the inventory. It's almost filled. So of course, if there's an empty spot in the inventory when I cancel out, the eye drop just goes there. But whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, it's kind of waste. Alright, but instead, eye drop will go into more interesting spots. Okay, so it's filled. Now he has a non-zero current HP. It's not represented on the screen. And since I haven't actually taken an action in battle yet, the RNG is still the same from when I entered the battle. I'll do the same thing as before. Cast Ice 2. It should be a strike first encounter, and I'll win a potion. Come on, potion. Boom. Alright. So, I'll show you guys the effect of that in just a moment. 99 V6 HP.
Godhood achieved.
So, instead of placing the potions at the end of the inventory now, I'll place an item 2 slots after it. So the potion that I win, it doesn't successfully drop the potion into this slot. It kind of messes up and drops half of it into this slot. It drops the potion part into the quantity part of this item slot. So I'll essentially get 99 of nothing in this slot in battle, and the 1, which is the quantity of the potion that I win, will be added to the item ID value of this item. So as a result of the next battle, I'll have 99 potions, 166 of nothing, and a Water Fang will be transmuted into an Earth Fang. So this is so I'm done glitching stats. Now I'm just fabricating a few items to help me with some stuff in the late game.
That is the greatest backpack ever.
All right, I forgot a small setup because we're now going to be using Feasel to. We're now going to be using Feasel to help us win fights. So I kind of messed up a little bit with my positioning here, so I'm just going to make a couple of saves and soft reset until I can resurrect Feasel. I forgot to res him. Okay, should be good. Alright, so now he finally comes back. Make sure I do the right stuff. Computer's laggy. Alright. Now what's kind of cool in this game is you can swap magic between characters, so I'm just going to have Feasel take all of PJ's spells. Now, check this out. His stats, check out his strength. 6, agility 7, not that high. That's because he didn't actually level up. I just changed his level myself. But I can make the game recalculate his stats by changing jobs. Oh, shit, I gotta remove the equipment. Alright, that's kind of annoying. So I'll change him back to Onion Kid. Change him back to Red Wiz. And God stats. Pretty much. And since I changed jobs, he has no more MP. I'm just gonna heal up, and he'll be good for the rest of the game, pretty much. I think that was about it. Now I'm just gonna glitch out a couple of items, like I was mentioning before. So I got a Water Fang from that previous battle. Turns out 2 item IDs above Water Fang, so the next item ID is an Earth Fang after Water Fang. The next one is a loot. You actually normally need a loot to be able to wake up Un later on in the game, but I can fabricate one right now and wake her up early. I'm not sure if my steps are okay. I'm gonna make another save. Might get into a battle before. Yeah. All right. Oh, just in time too. So because Fiesel's doing the damage now, I can't use my previous battle manipulation location because it's a different person doing damage. He has a different level. The RNG is calculated differently. So I have a different setup for the particular stats of Fiesel at this location. And I have Potions and Water Fangs in the right spot now. Make a save here. This is a really convenient battle location, just like the previous one. Even better, actually, because the majority of travel is done in boat, so it's really fast. So hold start, power on and off. Hold left as the game loads. Battle right here. I forgot to unmini. It's Fiesel has me. All right, so a little bit of slop here, but it's all right. It's all right. Alright, once again. So again, I enter this battle with the timer on a specific value. The timer increments on every frame under certain conditions. So in this battle, I have Fiesel Ice 2, everybody else attack. Strike first, Fiesel goes first, Ice 2 all, win, potion. And having placed the Water Fang 2 slots after my 99 potions, the game flips out and increments my Water Fang by 1. And now it's an Earth Fang. Do the same thing for an Earth Fang. There's the Earth Fang. So I have to do this for a couple more items, like maybe 4 more times. So just relax for a moment, and we'll have this done. Look how quickly you can save and reset. It's beautiful. So Fiesel is so high level, even though he's winning experience from the battle, it's like he's never leveling up. His stats aren't changing. So the same RNG is occurring every time. So in fact, if you pay close attention, I'm doing the same damage to the enemies every time. So even the damage calculation is the same. So then we now have a loot, which saves a whole lot of stuff later on. And I have a few other things I want to change up. So I picked up Arrow and Cure 2. I don't actually need these spells, but they happen to both be 1 item ID below more useful spells that save also a little bit of time. So I think I put Arrow at the end there.
Yeah.
Also, let's pay attention to these damage values and see if they're the same. I forgot what they were last time, so we have 1280 and 1,000. 1,000 something. Just 1,000. Okay, that's easy to remember. So it'll be the same every time.
Also, any 4-digit damage is really good in this game. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Arrow became Toad. Do that same thing to Cure 2. The Toad is just like a minor shortcut. You actually are supposed to get Toad next before the next. But it makes you walk to Gurgen Valley and talk to these old guys, and they give you Toad, and there's a couple of random battles, and it's... I'm already here glitching stuff. I might as well do it right now. That's the idea. And you don't actually get exit for a little while either. I think you have to go to the Ancients Village and buy exit, and that's kind of far away. So we don't even go to Gurgen Valley or the Ancients Village. Just fabricate exit right here with Cure 2. So now we have a couple of shortcut spells. I'm actually going to go ahead and use them on Fiesel, so you can cast them later. And for some reason, the next item ID above Leather Shields, which is the weakest shield, happens to be the strongest shield. Onion Shield. So here we go. I don't actually need to use Onion Shields, but they sell for quite a bit. So, yeah. This should give me enough cash to endure to buy anything I want to later on. All I need to do is buy 99 high potions in the late game to do this glitch again in about an hour from now. So, boom, we have 14 onion shields. And do the same thing to the helmets, just because this is a marathon safe strat. I'm going to want to equip an onion helmet later on Fiesel to reduce the chance, well, actually... He has a slight chance of getting instantly killed by a boss. It's like the third to last boss. But if I equip an onion helmet, he'll survive it no matter what. So it's just kind of a safe strat. I don't want that to happen. So this is the last encounter. for a while. And I'm gonna do this weird. I'm gonna move to this weird spot, save and reset, and move around a little bit. It's just to fix my route from my emulator route. Don't worry about it. I just didn't feel like rerouting it and finding a bunch of extra battle locations. So my emulator route would start here and get into a battle over here. So I'm just going to pretend that I did that. Alright. Now I should be back on track. That's the spot. And I can just use potions to skip encounters now. I don't need the 99 potions anymore. And you need Toad to enter this next area. Conveniently. Oops. Cast Toad on everybody. And in Toad status, you can, it's just like mini status, except for you can't cast any spells other than Toad. From what I understand. You just needed Toad to go through that one little area, and that was it. And this guy says something. Alright, let's go.
Does anybody even remember what he's there for, just to be sacrificed?
No. It's, I can't remember. I did play through Final Fantasy III Remake on, it was released on Android a while back. I can't remember why you're going to the Tower of Owen. I know Desh, the guy who's following me around, has something to do with it. He's like the keeper of the tower or something, and Medusa is here, and she's paying, I guess, it's Medusa. I mean, if you have a Medusa in your tower, you gotta take care of her. Alright, and this guy says something again. What do you do? Skip the battle here.
Yeah.
I'm just check real quick, make sure I got... Okay, so 14 onion shields and 4 onion helmets. Alright. So now, if I accidentally get into a random battle, it's no big deal. I can pretty much survive anything now. But it would waste time, so let's try not to. Let's try to keep on pace. 1, 2, 3. Alright. That's right there. Yeah. So, in a little bit, you'll see how effective Feasel is against bosses now. Just two more battles left.
So I guess now is a good time to remind everybody that this is the Awesome Games Done Quick bonus stream. Right now you're watching Final Fantasy III and No Jobs Glitch, done by Duckfist. We are still accepting donations for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. We did hit that big 1 million, but we're still going. We're still going strong.
So here's the Medusa fight. There's really not much to it. Well, I do one extra thing in the fight other than kill her instantly. Which is kill everybody else. It takes way too long to sit there and select fight in the next battle, so I'm just gonna off all these guys.
They can't do much anyway.
And look, they all managed to attack, so look at all that time wasted. God. Later.
Yeah, but we don't need it anymore. We got a god in our midst.
32 times.
Yeah.
Wham!
And that what happens when you have a god in your midst.
It's like at max skill, I think it's 16 hits per weapon.
So I should mention that I call this the no job glitch route. It's job glitch. I mean, I don't glitch characters' jobs. I purposely made Feasel a red mage and PJ a red mage so that when I did this inventory corruption, it wouldn't glitch out their job. As an Onion Knight, your job is 0, and it would treat that as the empty inventory slot instead of the level. And if an item drops into job, Of course, there's only like 22 jobs, so the only valid values are 0 through 21. But if you drop a potion in there and your job becomes 166, some crazy stuff starts to happen. Their sprite will glitch out, and more importantly, their command list in battle changes depending on their job. So when their job is glitched... Okay. Oops. Shit. Alright, we got it. Meant Toad. Alright. So when you have a non-standard job or a glitched job, you get a unique command list. Most of the battle commands will just crash the game. But certain jobs and certain battle commands can do really interesting things. For instance, one particular job in battle command will give you the end the battle command, which literally just ends the battle. It's not a win or a loss, it just ends the battle. Which is kind of weird. And under a certain scenario, you can also get a command that kind of just calls the credits. So the any % run, you glitch a job, you glitch a player's job early on in the game, and you warp to the credits in the first town in the first 6 minutes of the game. Yeah. So I like to play through the game a little bit, so I just call it no job glitch. Alright, sorry. I was going from memory there for a sec. I think I need to... Yeah, so I bought Turvings here. This happens to be the strongest sword for a red mage, just to deal a little bit of additional damage.
As if 3,000 wasn't enough.
Yeah. Now remember a while back when I was doing a little bit of level grinding, I said I had to power on and off. I had to hard reset it so I can get into a battle faster. Because at that point in my encounter steps, there weren't going to be any battles for a while. This illustrates that. For some reason, after that previous battle that I skipped, there's no battles for like 70 steps. So I'm not skipping battles, I'm just walking. There just happens to be no battles for a long time. So that kind of illustrates how much of a pain it was when I was grinding. So I purposely reset back then to get into a battle faster. Of course, in this case, it's convenient. So, anyways, yeah, you can finish the game any % by glitching out a character's job and calling the credits in the first town. And actually, I started routing this game before that glitch was discovered, and I was kind of upset that my routing would kind of go to waste if I was just going to do any % and not really play the game. The whole reason why I want to play the game was just to kind of chill and see the game and listen to the music and stuff. Just kind of have a fun stream with it. Any % doesn't allow that. So here's a boss.
There was a boss.
So literally, like my notes say, boss, Guzco, attack. Like, yeah, okay. So a couple of bosses you need to actually do something, but you pretty much just trash everybody at this point. So having that exit spell really helps here. So I need to re-enter the dwarf cave and return the horn, and oh, this mysterious line is following me around. What could it be?
What's
Really
there a
weird.
purpose for that line following you?
Oh, okay. Who knows?
It represents the dead bodies he's carrying with him.
Good old corpse dragon.
So you place the horn back, and oh no, haha! I've been following you as a mysterious line. All right, that's great.
He'll stand there as he steals the horn.
So I like to impulsively cast exit to move around faster. It's way easier. Next dungeon, also kind of a hard dungeon, but with battle skips without having to grind, you just wreck the game.
As if you didn't already.
Yeah.
Oh no, tomato soup.
Oh, the tomato soup. Yeah, that's right. Pretty delicious. So when I'm on ground, again, if I press down, it'll attempt to move on to that tomato soup tile. Because it's a walkable tile, but I can't walk onto it from the tile that I'm currently on. So because of that, like the game still will count it for every frame that you're pressing the button up against that tile. It'll increment your steps by 1. So I want to be really careful when walking around tiles that I can walk onto but can't from the current tile, if that makes any sense. Which is usually like maneuvering around water and stuff like that. So you'll see me like walk carefully. Of course, when you're in the water or tomato soup, it doesn't really matter. So I have most of the locations memorized for where the encounters happen at, but not all of them. It's really hard to memorize like 188 spots to stand and pause the game. So I still look at my guide for reference just in case. And that was the Flame Cave. That's it. Just bust Salamander here. No problem. Ice 2's animation is slightly faster than the multiple sword hits. And before I leave this area, so when you're walking around in the crystal room, your steps, it is counting your steps, but there's no battles. If I leave the area immediately, I'll get into a battle right away. But instead I'm going to walk to 4 steps, and that should skip the battle. So just like small time saver. So I gotta enter this place to trigger a cutscene with this guy, unlocking the events in whatever it's called, the next town. But before I go, if you talk to this dwarf, he'll give you a magic key. Boom. And that'll let me solve the next dungeon. Also, you're supposed to go and reap a whole bunch of rewards from the dwarves there, but I don't even care about them. Oh, also, I want to cast Mini now before entering the next town, in addition to skipping that battle. And there's one more battle on the boat. It's kind of hard to spot. A visual cue is as soon as the water appears on the left side of the screen, and you're lined up right there. Okay. And I'm going to park my boat here, because you'll exit the next dungeon from that forest and the boat will be right there. So no battles here. There's actually going to be a battle immediately in the next dungeon unless I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walk an additional 6 steps. So, oh no, ambush and topple. Uh-oh. So apparently a bunch of people were kidnapped in Heinz Castle, which is underneath the desert. So I'm sent to prison. I'm already in mini status, so I escape immediately. Because I walked an additional 6 steps, there's no encounters in this dungeon, or in this part of the dungeon. I like this dungeon track. Again, the music in this game is awesome. It's right there. Alright, so doing good so far. Haven't gotten into any accidental battles yet, which is pretty rare for me. I usually like monologue too much and don't pay attention. Looks like we're doing okay. Oh yeah, I should probably unmini at the same time as I skip this battle. Alright. This is the first kind of maze-like dungeon, you know, it's not too hard, but, you know, a lot of times the game will make you go out of your way for items, and because of that you end up fighting in more battles than you normally would. Which is actually good because you usually need to grind before every boss in this game. But I can skip right past all that and go straight to the bosses in the dungeon. Yeah, so this game is very brutal normally. Like, there's no save points except for on the world map. That's the only place you can save. So normally the game expects you to have a scholar on your party at this point. And I think this guy changes weaknesses when you hit him. You're supposed to use a scholar to determine his next weakness, and then, you know, whatever. But Fiesel's level 166, or he's level potion, so he's able to take down pretty much anybody.
God, I need no scholars.
Yep, pretty much. So that saved everybody in Argus Castle, you know, the castle that I completely looted of all their cash. But they don't seem to be too upset. And apparently to escape the castle, you gotta dance. It's time to dance. Yeah, I don't know the point of that.
Yeah.
There we go. We've arrived. And now you're in the Living Forest, and you get the Wind Fang here. But you don't actually need the fangs. You just need to trigger the event that gives you the fangs. If you remember from before, I actually glitched the water fang I got into an earth fang and into a loot, so I don't have a water fang anymore. You're supposed to have all 4 fangs to access the final dungeon. You don't really need them in your inventory, though. You just need to have triggered the events that gives them to you. So it's fine that I glitched them away. So I stole all their cash, and as a reward for saving them, the king gives me time gear. I'm not really sure what makes that an appropriate reward for saving everybody, but turns out we need time gear. In fact, that's the next thing we do. In fact, like one of the few guys we actually talk to knows exactly what to do with time gear. Happens to be compatible with our ship. Apparently, time gear turns a ship into an airship, and only Sid knows how to do that. So we're gonna go talk to this guy, outfit our ship into an airship, and leave the floating continent. Everything we've been exploring so far has been on the floating continent, which is only one location on a much larger world map. So we'll fly to that world map right now. Of course, the main world is sunken. There's only a couple of locations. So the task will be to save the main world. So I'm gonna fly here, and it's hard to find the location of where to go. So I have a musical cue to tell me where to go. Hold on. Okay. Just wait for that downbeat, and that should put me in the right spot. I really like this music, by the way. Really, really calming music. Same with the shipwreck. Really good tunes in this game. Gotta be careful around those water tiles. So your steps are counting in this area. Oh, gotta use a potion on her. So right after I finish talking to her, if I cast exit, I'll get into a battle immediately on the world map. But if I just take one step and then cast exit, I skip that battle. So there's minor things like that to save time. So now we take her to the water temple and kill the boss there. I think the water crystal shatters, and we reveal the rest of the main world. This is, like, besides the floating continent, the shipwreck, this is the only other location in the whole world map, and it's a huge world map. Like, when you first get here, you're just flying around randomly on your airship. So you might have seen that I did take a couple of extra turns on my airship there. When you're in your airship, it's not actually incrementing your steps. When you're in the boat, though, it does, because you can get battles in the boat. You can't get battles in this airship. So, talk to that water shard. If I have been stepping correctly, this should be the battle to skip. If I misstepped at all, I would have gotten into a battle. So it looks like we're good. Alright. And we needed to get her to open this door. That was the whole point of going to the shipwreck. Alright, time to navigate this dungeon. Not much going on. I don't know if there's any donations or anything, but I can just ramble otherwise. It's got 12 battles to skip in this dungeon, and that was 3. It's a mostly linear dungeon. It's not too bad. I think the queue is right there. Challenging myself to see if I remember where all the locations are at. Like, I'm not actively, like, running this game. Not too interested in, like, super optimizing the time. I just really liked the route. I really liked the routing process. It was really cool. There was a segmented SDA around that has a similar route. And there was an old task that uses job glitching without warping to the credits. The task is in 39 minutes by Peter Hiko. It's a really, really interesting task. Really cool stuff. You get to see some wacky glitches in that one. It doesn't credit swarp, but it does some crazy stuff to beat the game in 39 minutes.
I'm definitely gonna find that one after this.
It's really cool. The glitch, you have to see the glitched airship is what the glitch is called. It's crazy.
The glitch ship.
Yeah, it forces the airship to be like at the top of the screen, and the screen like shakes around a lot and makes this really loud like sound like as it's doing it. And it just has the unique property of being able to fly over mountains. So you just use the glitched airship to fly to the Silk's Tower as soon as you get to the main world. So kind of cool. I think the battle's right there. Check. Yeah, it's a good spot. I always have trouble pointing out the location of the next battle. It's kind of a featureless like area, and your sprite is mostly submerged in water, so the queue is a little hard to see. Yeah, that's the spot. And one more, and we're out of the water cave, or water temple cave, whatever. Cue for that is being in the center of that wall. And time for the boss fight.
Time for Fiesel to flex his muscles again.
Yeah, exactly. And Elia has the brilliant idea of pushing me out of the way, as if I couldn't survive a poison dart at 42,000 health.
Yeah, that would hit Fiesel and be like, it's just a flesh wound, just a flesh
Yeah.
Here.
wound. Yeah. I wonder where you'd be at level antidote.
That's like 2 levels higher. Doesn't help much, though, apparently. So these events unlock the rest of the main world, as you'll see in a bit. And I guess the party passes out, and we'll wake up in the town of Ammer. Fiesel gets a free heal. Everybody else stays dead.
Well, technically only Fiesel passes out. The rest of them are still dead.
Yeah.
Diesel takes a nap.
So there's the rest of the main world.
On 3 floating bodies, of course.
And apparently you wake up like one day later, but I'm surprised like every house is furnished, everybody, like there's people there, like were they living underwater? Like where, like completely stocked item shop, you know, clean beds.
They didn't drown.
Everything's water.
I mean, yeah, it's
Many years.
pretty amazing actually. Children, like unharmed. So it takes too long to walk across town, so I'm gonna cast exit. And just enter town again. And then boom. You save like 10 seconds. Pretty sweet. Alright, so apparently what happened while we were passed out. So you saw our ship on the world map right there, our airship. And apparently there's some guy named Goldor that got jealous of our airship, so he anchored it down. And so we need to go kick his ass and get the key back to unanchor it. And his mansion happens to be across this swamp. It's like 2 tiles wide. And in order to cross the swamp, we have to get the floating shoes. Apparently the only person that has the floating shoes is the witch in the sewer. So we're now going to the sewer to kick the witch's ass, to get the floating shoes to cross the swamp, to kill Goldar to unlock our airship. So that's some serious plot. Like,
I thought gods could fly.
oh, we will in just a moment.
Had to learn so first.
Alright, so here's the sewers. Hopefully I haven't messed up my steps yet. It should be in the middle of that bridge. So, oh yeah, in the previous scene there was the 4 old men saw us. There's the silly old men, right? And while we were passed out, apparently people heard that there were light warriors in town, and these 4 old guys decided to say, hey, we're gonna just call ourselves the light warriors. And they heard about the real ones, and now they're gonna try to intercept us. But, of course, they get their asses caught by goblins, like level 1 goblins. So we're going to save them, and they're going to be forever in our debt.
If only they had glitched their inventory.
Yeah, exactly. So this battle is unavoidable. All right, come on. Okay, cool. Only 1 goblin managed to attack. Didn't waste as much time. So you're actually the steps counter is still active in this room, so I don't want to take any additional steps. And there's a chance one of the old guys can just quickly dash into the exit area. So I gotta hope that doesn't happen. All right, good. All right, this is a really small dungeon. I'm almost through it. There. This one's at the last bridge tile. Is yet another battle. And 2 steps from the bottom left corner is another battle. And that's the last one. So apparently the witch, when we approach the witch, she doesn't trust us. So instead of giving us floating shoes, she attempts to kill us with fake exploding floating shoes. But luckily the old guys are there to warn us just in time.
Mo, Larry, Curly, and Bob.
So there was the fake floating shoes that we narrowly dodged.
Airport security would have been right on your butt for that one.
The exploding shoes, yeah. No, they would have caught it. That's right. TSA for life. So we got the real floating shoes. The old guys are on our side now, so we're good. Do a little dance, cast exit for us, and we're out of here. Now we're gonna now we have the floating shoes to cross that one tile wide swamp. We're gonna head to Goldor's mansion. Yeah, you'll see the swamp. It's underwhelming. Like, there's no floating actually happening. Done. So this.
Just a quick cover stuff, so it's a little bit.
It's just a shrubbery.
I must have said that's a coat layer if I've ever seen one.
So I used my one magic key to get in that locked door there. Actually, there's a whole bunch of locked doors in this dungeon. And the idea is to have gone to this one town that sells a bunch of keys, and you stock up on keys before coming here. And you explore the place. It's a huge place to explore. There's a lot of crap. But I know where the door is. I know where a few hidden passages are, and dungeon's done. Really a long dungeon to explore, but really fast if you know where you're going. So I remember Goldor being kind of a tricky fight before, but of course, and this is just trivialized with max damage.
So pointless.
So within a matter of 5 minutes, we managed to wake up from our coma, grab floating shoes, kick Goldor's ass, and we got our airship back. No problem.
Uh-oh, he's not done yet.
Yeah, he gets upset and breaks his crystal. I'm not even sure what the significance of that crystal was. The gold crystal.
It was shiny, it was pretty.
But hey, we can just glitch like 14 onion shields into infinite gold anyway, so we don't really care. So we're done. We're gonna cast exit, and it should be battle right here, back across the treacherous swamplands. And a nice chocobo forest here to give us.
Walking over a puddle.
So the chocobos.
Uh-oh, time for some butt shaking.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, chocobo's movements are random. Oh yeah.
Twerking.
All right, so I have real quick. I have a musical cue for this part. Okay. It's kind of it's a large world map, and navigation's just a little tricky, but that should put me in the right spot. One tile away. And just in case the chocobo's movements were too random in there, I have a save spot right here, just a safety save, in case my steps were, in case I had to chase down a chocobo. I had a really good chocobo luck though. So enter this. So when I fabricated that loot earlier, it lets me wake up Oon pretty much right away. Instead of having to, you normally have to go through the sequence of events where you fly the airship above the castle of Salonia. They shoot down the airship, and you have to change jobs to dragoons and fight this boss. And then you get another airship that's turned into a submarine, and you go to the Temple of Time, and you get the loot. But we skipped all of that, so we have a loot already. Pretty nice.
Take it Fiesel's best friends with Link.
Playing the tune.
Well, that and having access to musical instruments in a game.
Oh yeah. That's the only time we played. I don't know why she was asleep, but we only need her to break these boulders. That let us access the main airship of the game. And it's too bad we warp out of this area really fast. I really like this theme. It's a really nice theme.
God, Fiesel's really lazy. He makes everyone else do all the heavy hard work, and all he does is just bitch slap a few people.
He's
He uses exit for him to like go to the fridge if he's hungry.
yeah. Exactly. Every possible shortcut. So now we have Oon in our party. Grab the airship. We're going to head to the ancient labyrinth, I think. With her, we can access the ancient labyrinth and get the main airship of the game. The whole point of getting this airship is to be able to fly over mountains. We need to complete the dungeon that gives you the Earth. Okay, so I accidentally got into a battle because I was monologuing, but we need to complete the next dungeon in order to get the Earth Fang, or rather trigger the event that gives us the Earth Fang, which is the last Fang. and having all 4 of those fangs will let us access the final dungeon. So that's the whole point of this. The only way to access the dungeon is to fly over mountains. The only way to fly over mountains is to get the airship Invincible. The only way to get the airship Invincible is to have Un to break the boulders. The only way to get Un is to have the loot. We made our own loot, so that's nice. So that's pretty much what's happening over the next 20 minutes or so. That's right. That's exactly right. But like I said, we don't actually need the Earth Fang. Just triggering the event apparently is enough for the game's programming to get us by here. So that was my first encounter I accidentally got into. So because of that, to keep my steps back on track, I'm going to use 2 potions here. There's normally a battle that happens there. So 1 potion for the previous battle since I was 1 step ahead, and another potion to skip that battle. So here's Un busting these adamantite boulders. Apparently. Can't forget about the next battle. Like I'm always like talking about the boulders by this point, so. And this is kind of a crappy dungeon, like really, really crappy. So for one, since we skipped a large sequence of events, the enemies in this area are much higher level. I probably won't be able to kill any enemies here with a cast of Ice 2. The annoying part is that all of the enemies in this dungeon, they split when you hit them. If you hit an enemy and they don't die, they split into 2. And the 2 enemies inherit the current HP of the original. So if I casted Ice 2 on 3 enemies, boom, we have 6 enemies. So it kind of sucks. I really want to be careful not to get into a battle here, because I would have to single target everybody with just the sword. Kind of a long dungeon too. I mean, really confusing. You saw all those multiple pathways. They're just completely like misleading. 5 more battles, looks like. 1 immediately upon entering this room. Alright, check out this optimization. I don't know why that there's a hidden path here, but boom.
Just goes.
Every little shortcut counts.
So, I have no explanation for that hidden path. Sorry, guys.
What an Easter egg.
No, they had 1 extra tape left in Nintendo Power to fill it out, and they just decided, well, put something here.
Yeah, that could be it, man. This is a mostly featureless area. It's hard to. Okay, it's 2nd bridge tile. That's right. All right. And we're almost through, and we'll get the airship Invincible, which is buried here in the labyrinth. It's a really slow airship, but it has a really cool theme. And it's one of the coolest airships in Final Fantasy, as far as features go. It's got four different item shops, magic shop, item shop, armor shop, weapon shop. It has a bed, it has a fat chocobo, it's got everything you need. Of course, I only use the item shop, but it's pretty sweet. There it is. So now it also has the feature of being able to fly over a thin mountain range. So we'll use that to access the Cave of Darkness. Another really annoying dungeon. So she's going to show us around a bit. Fat chocobo. Oh yeah. Alright. So, apparently, we're just gonna impulsively cast exit here. So I don't have to walk all the way over to the steering wheel. It takes way too much time. So. So normally when flying around the airship, your steps counter is not active, but in this area, steps counter is active. You can get into battles in this one spot. So kind of a complex maze to get through this. This crappy area. It's right, down, down, down. And it's actually a pretty high encounter rate as well. so you'll see me using quite a bit of potions to skip stuff. It's kind of cool. If I accidentally get into a battle, I'll show you. It's right down, up right. If you get into a battle while in the airship, the turn starts off with cannon fire, and the enemies instantly take a bunch of damage. So that's kind of cool. But hopefully you won't see that. We'll see if I mess up. So this part will illustrate the high encounter rate of this area. So 2 battles happen within 4 steps, and I'm just going to use 4 potions. Makes it easier. I think that was 4. I hope so. Up, up, left. We'll see in a moment. Alright, so 2 battles happen within 3 steps right here. Better just use the 3 potions. And we're through the mountain range, head into the Cave of Darkness now. So the boss of this is significantly stronger than previous bosses. It would actually take a little while to kill him with red mages equipped with turbines, even at this level. So I'm going to pick up a couple of swords here, some high-level swords, which will let me, I'm going to switch to a Mystic Knight in just a little bit and equip those swords, doing a little bit of damage. And also, those swords have really high item ID values. They're pretty close to being the strongest weapons. So I'm going to, later on, glitch these swords into much better weapons. So I picked up a Kotetsu there. And this place is a real pain to navigate. There's just tons of hidden passages, tons and tons of floors. Tons of branching pathways, navigation out of bounds, and to top it all off, every enemy in this dungeon also splits when you hit them. So it's pretty much the worst dungeon, especially in a normal playthrough. Even in a glitch playthrough, navigation is just really hard, like knowing where to go. That's the spot. Like, you can see how many battles we've skipped so far. Like, we started with 99 potions, and I'm down to 31. Like, lots of battles get skipped here, so 1, 2, I think that's the spot. Yeah. Next room has 2 battles. There. So this will take another, like, 3 minutes to navigate through, if you'll just sit back and enjoy the dungeon theme. Or if we have any donations or anything, feel free. Oh yeah. Okay.
If you mess up a step, like if you accidentally push someone on the D-pad, would every battle
Okay.
just move up 1 step? Was it more complicated than that?
If I push up like against a wall, no. Unless it's like one of those water tiles. Second hidden path down. Okay. But yeah, if I accidentally walk an additional step, like walk onto another tile, then I have to like walk back. Yeah, that's 2 additional steps. So all my encounters from then on out would happen 2 steps early. I could either look at my screenshots and just kind of figure out where where 2 tiles before that would be. But if you mess up enough, that becomes really hard to keep track of. So usually I'll just get into those battles just to catch back up. 3rd hidden path down. Alright. So as you can see, the maze, this dungeon is such a maze. One of the few chests we'll go out of our way to get here. Kiku, which is 1 item ID above Kotetsu. So where the visual cues kind of get hard for when battles occur at. Even in some instances, the screenshots aren't enough to tell me exactly where to go. That one's pretty easy to point out, but a couple of the battles occur like entirely out of bounds, where you can see nothing but wall. You'll see that in just a little bit. There's this, yeah, okay.
Well, I don't have any donations to read right now, but I can remind people that we are still receiving donations or accepting donations for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. This is still Awesome Games Done Quick 2014 bonus stream. A couple of runs that are coming up after this. would be Papa Yo by the Englishmen. We have a Sonic Ball race featuring T-Rex and Railcoon. And after that, Jet Rocket run by Mofat.
Okay. Alright, so I should probably change jobs to a Mystic Knight now. Helps out if I just accidentally get into a random battle and I don't want to free it later on, so let's do that. Equip our powerful weapons now. Also, Hecadin has a lot of HP. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot to use the potion, so here we go. This should one-shot these guys.
A little bit better.
So these guys do split. If I attack them and they don't die, they'll split into more guys. So
I don't think that's a problem.
oh yeah, the game shows 9999, but you do more damage than that actually. It's closer to about 16,000 damage.
Wow. Was it possible to get rollover damage in 3?
What do you mean?
Like your damage is simply too high?
Well, I suppose it doesn't get that high though. It's only about 16,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, entirely out of bounds. Like hard to see anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I guess it's like a byte that represents damage. So you probably have. Well, no, I guess maybe a couple of bytes or something. I don't know. I don't know how much space is allocated for damage values. So I don't know when it would wrap around, but it might. Yeah, you're right. It might. Luckily, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably similar to HP. Like, I have 42,000 HP successfully, so I'm sure you can do up to at least that much damage. So hard. So I'm looking at the left side of the screen for when that wall appears. That's when I can tell that battle occurs.
Does walking into an NPC advance the step counter like walking into Waterwood that you can't walk into?
No, it does not.
No, cool.
I don't think so, at least. No, definitely not, because I've shoved a lot of old ladies in the first town. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, 9, 10. 9. We are almost done with this place. Finally, huge dungeon. Last battle.
Finding your way through that. Looks like you're walking through a swamp.
Yeah, it is not fun to do in a normal playthrough. So even with huge damage, it doesn't even cap out at 9999 on this guy. He has a lot of defense, does good damage to you.
Well, he's got heck a ton of health.
All right, that's great. Thanks for that. So it still took 2 hits to kill him. So having triggered the event of getting the Earth Fang will let me access the final dungeon now. So we're going to cast Exit to get out of here. 1 extra step to skip a battle. And we're on. Sadly, we can't cast Exit on the world map. We do have to backtrack through all this crap. Up, up, up. And there are indeed more random battles. Right. Down.
Are you able to control the altitude, or is it just automatically rise up when you go through mountains?
It'll automatically rise up, and it can only cross 1 tile-wide mountains. So I'm changing back to a red mage so that the RNG in the next manipulation section works out. Right down, left. Oh, I don't think I'll ever memorize this. I mean, it's probably not that hard. I just really haven't made much of an effort. Again, 2 battles happen within 3 steps, so we use 3 potions. Save a little bit of time. Up, left. Up, left. So that was pretty good. We've only been into 2 accidental random battles so far in the run. Alright, 2 battles happened within 4 steps, so I'm going to use 4 potions. And done. Okay, no more steps there. Next part, so I can go straight to the final dungeon, but it takes a while to kill bosses, even if I use my Mystic Knight with those 2 swords. So I want to power up a little bit. Also, I can't really access the final dungeon yet. You're supposed to go... Well, you can go to the final dungeon, the first part of it, and you can fight Titan. And you're supposed to go back to Dorga's cave and talk to Dorga and Un, and they give you a... You fight them, and then they give you the Silk's key and the Eureka key, but it takes a while. Oh, I'm out of cash. I got to... Boom. Alright, we're good. So, obviously, plenty of cash with those shields. Alright, so we just stocked up on high potions. And PJ, yeah, he's gone. Now the setup would be, I have an Earth Thing again. So I'm going to make another loot. Wait, was that right? Potion? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to make another loot out of this Earth Thing. So in this particular spot, hold start as I power the game on, select the file and hold left. As soon as I pass this river, turn right. I want to buffer that, so I do it as soon as possible. 1 sorcerer and 2 Mhelkin cast Ice 2 on all, strike first, win high potion. That's the RNG manipulation for this battle. That's always 800 damage, 747, and whatever the level was. So I can tell I did it right. High potion, move back to that spot. It 99 items glitched the high potion on top of the Earth Thing. It became a loot. So I don't actually need the loot again, but it just happens that the loot is 1 item ID way value. 1 item ID away from a pretty useful item. Okay. Alright. Once again, 1 sorcerer, 2 Mhelkin, Ice 2 all, strike first, 800 damage, 747 damage, and high potion. So we now turn the loot into a Silk's key, which will let us access the final dungeon. So we don't have to do all that stuff with fighting Titan, Earth Crystal, go fight Un and visit Dorga's cave and fight Dorga and all that junk. So what did I do here? Okay, so now I'm going to do it with this Kotetsu that I picked up in the Cave of Darkness. So now we're going to get some strong weapons here. So, same setup as usual. We got to do this 6 times more in total. Or 8 times in total, including the loot and the Silk's key. So there's our high potion, and Kotetsu, the next item ID is a Kiku, so now we have 2 Kikus. We're going to do that on the stack of Kikus. So yeah, you can do this, you can do the 99 items trick on a stack of items. You can transmute all the items at once, which is nice. Alright. Our Kikus became break blades, apparently. So again, I make 2 save files just in case one gets corrupted. Like I've had it. It rarely happens, but I've hard resetted. I guess too soon after the save file, and the save file just disappears. So I make 2 save files just in case, and that never happens that way. So now our break blades became Excaliburs. Still not good enough. So basically, each time these swords are leveling up, they gain an additional 20 attack power. If I entered the final dungeon with a Mystic Knight and Kiku and Kotetsu, those 2 swords that I found, many of the bosses would take like 5 or 6 hits to kill, and the final boss would take several. Oh shit. Ice 2. Okay. So it's actually worth the time it takes to sit here and level up my swords, because this will let me 2-shot and 3-shot all of the bosses in the late game. So our Excaliburs became Masamunes. Just 2 more times.
Alright, well, I do have some donations that I can read now. We have $20 from Anonymous, who says, "Thanks for this immensely entertaining stream and for your help beating cancer." We have a $5 donation from Winant, who says, "Duckfist is awesome all around. I really enjoy the way he goes about presenting while he games. Keep up the great work, everyone." We have $20 from Now, who says, "Thanks for making the math sound fun again, Duckfist."
Nice.
And we have $10 from I Am the Sky 180, who says, "Hey Duckfist, what are you doing? This isn't Ninja Gaiden."
At least you said that, not Mega Man. But this is an RPG. You know, not too bad. Oh yeah, I'm done. Okay. Yep. Onion swords. Nice. That's the strongest sword in the game. Cool. So now my screenshots position me 2 spaces away from the airship across a river for some reason. And we do this one more time. And this should set up my steps properly for the next area. Yeah, you know, Final Fantasy III is way different from the other games I was speedrunning. You know, you might know me from doing more action-oriented, like platformers. You know, technical, like platforming NES games, button mashing and stuff like that. But I am a fan of RPGs. I love JRPGs and stuff, like from when I was a kid. And Final Fantasy III is awesome. I love like just the music and visuals in this game. Like when I was little, I grew up playing like Chrono Trigger and all Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, you know, all that stuff. Really good stuff here. Let's see, 2 potions, 1, 2. Now we finally get really powerful here. So my unarmed red wizard had 138 attack power. Changed to an onion kid, 50 attack power, but with the sword, 224, 448. Ridiculously strong. So now, I'll be surprised if there's a single enemy we don't do over 10,000 damage against. So those 2 potions should have skipped a couple of battles. I was able to break all of those statues because I completed all the requirements. The game says that you're supposed to have the Water Fang, Wind Fang, Earth Fang, Fire Fang, but we glitched most of those out. So we don't actually need those. We just need to have completed the events that get you those items. It's like, what do we have? We don't even have any fangs anymore. Okay, it takes the fangs out of the inventory. I had a Wind Fang and a Fire Fang. And it removed those. It apparently didn't care that I didn't have the other ones. Did I already use a potion? Is that I can't tell. I just used 1?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, conveniently, we're all out of potions now. We're going to switch to high potions. Yeah, okay, so we're good. Oops. It's the last world map battle. And we go on to the 3 final dungeon gauntlet. So if I enter that door, that takes me to Titan, and that starts the whole events with the Earth Crystal, go back to Un and Dorga, fight those guys and get the keys that way, but we just skip right by it. We already have the Silk's key. We're good to go. Kind of a pain in the butt dungeon too. Takes a while to get through, just long corridors, pretty maze-like. And even going straight to the end is kind of lengthy, but not too bad. There's only 7 battles to skip here. Oh, I didn't use the potion in front of the door. So, luckily, most of the battles it's only against 1 guy, so you just trash him really fast. But hey, at least you get to see a couple of enemies, right? It's not just skipping everything. Should be though. The spot is right here. So another chest that I actually go out of my way to get. So again, I'm using 2 potions to both skip that battle and catch up from the previous one. Dark Scent is the item in that. So, Fiesel is so powerful that there's actually a fight coming up that you're supposed to lose. It's incredibly hard to lose that fight. If Dark Cloud is attacking you, normally in the game, Dark Cloud will hit in that fight. Dark Cloud hits you and kills your whole party in one hit. It takes her like 30 hits to kill Fiesel at this point. So, in fact, even if he's hitting himself, it takes like 4 rounds to kill himself. But if I unequip my onion helmet for this fight and use a dark scent on myself, kills myself instantly. So it's worth going slightly out of the way to pick that up. I think that's the spot. Yeah. See how much of a maze this is. I honestly thought this was a much easier dungeon in the remake. It was still huge, but very low encounter rate in that version of the game. In fact, a lot of the I felt that game was still really hard. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it kept to the whole only save on the world map thing, which was pretty annoying. Like doing the final area was really hard. It was really stressful. Like I had a save file where I hadn't saved for like 3 hours, and I grinded like 10 levels to ensure that I could beat the final boss. You know, it's like if I don't beat the final boss, I'm probably not going to play this game for a while. You know, so but other than that, like there's probably people wondering what my take is on the remake, and I think it was great. Like I didn't play the remake until after I learned the route for this. Like I hadn't played the remake for a long time, but when I played it, I liked it a lot. I thought it was a great game. Although it is kind of annoying, it's a lot of the boss fights just do multiple hits, you know, and the whole saving on the world map thing. So, anyways, we're in the Silk's Tower right now. Best music in the game. I love this tune. Really good stuff. If you go in that door, I think that takes you to the Forbidden Land Eureka. We don't even have a Eureka key, so we can't do that. But you go there to get the last 2 jobs, Sage and Ninja. And there's a bunch of strong equipment and a bunch of extra bosses to fight. Good to go and level up before going to the final area. Especially because you can just leave the Forbidden Land Eureka and save on the world map pretty easily. So we use our Silk Sea right here. But, it's not a requirement. But it's too bad because I like the music in that area too. Sit back and enjoy the cool tunes. Oh, by the way, I'm going to finish way under estimate. I didn't make as many mistakes as I thought I might. So this should be like a 2-hour and 5-minute run. Something like that. Yeah, I know.
What are we at for time right now?
It's like 1:58. Oh, that's...
Yeah, sounds about right.
Time is currently 1:52, 40 seconds.
Okay. That's not too bad. That ain't too bad. I'd like to be under 150 entering Silk's Tower, but I did a lot of... I stopped and did some explanation. I accidentally got into like 3 battles. My personal best is 158.14. Oh yeah, and I kind of had a fumble like at the beginning with PJ accidentally dying in the gin fight, and I kind of had. I'm glad I was able to improvise around that. And that's like, damn. It could have been disastrous, but I'm familiar enough with the route that I was confident it'd be okay. I'm also glad I didn't eat or drink anything this morning. Really, like, I don't know how you guys do these long RPGs, man, but, like, right before I start, like, a Final Fantasy 3 run on stream, 30 minutes in, I gotta pee. Like, I don't know what it is. And there's, like, no chance to really do it.
Hey, real talk, Duckfist. Essentially, during a Chrono Trigger run in 2011, had to pee about 2 hours in, and she held it in before I don't know.
Oh my god.
That had to hurt.
Wow, shout outs to
No kidding. That's
Marathon woman.
Dude.
That's an iron bladder right
I
there.
know.
I would say, be right back.
Why would you do that?
to note.
like, I'm just lucky, like, my bathroom's right next to my bedroom and stuff, so it's like, there's one spot where you don't need any input for like 30 seconds.
Those are the best.
And that is a mad dash. I've done that pretty much half the runs.
For you're like a 6-hour run, I'll do that in like a 2-hour run. Like, oh, well, there's a cutscene.
Shout outs to Karakarn, who can literally take a shower during Final Fantasy X. Literally takes a shower
Wow.
during Final Fantasy
What does he have, like a 15-minute cutscene?
Yeah, it's the kiss cutscene.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Literally
The water dance.
It's ridiculous.
During another
though.
cutscene, he goes out and gets groceries.
Wow. That's great.
Another way to take a nap.
So yeah, if you like Final Fantasy streams, check out Karakarn V.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, on 7, 8, 9, and 10.
I also heard there's this guy named Wexel who maybe sometimes does Final Fantasy.
Yeah, every now and then, you know. Couple of games. Oh, also want to plug Crystals for Life this May. I think it's in May, like late May, right?
Yeah, beginning
yeah, I
of-
think that's-
beginning of May and April.
Okay. Oh yeah, beginning of May, end of April. All right, so that's in like 3 or 4 months from now. That's a big RPG speedrunning marathon held in Edmonton, Canada. A bunch of RPG speedrunners are going to meet up there and raise some money for JRDF, right?
Yeah, JRD of Canada.
And Edmonton, Alberta, yeah. And what's that charity for? Sorry?
Juvenile diabetes.
Okay. You can find. Sorry. Alright, this is the last battle of the Silk Tower. Okay. There'll be more information about that as we get closer to the dates. I think you can find the current information in, if you go to the SDA forum, forum.speedrunnersarchive.com. The community marathons and meetups should have a thread regarding Crystals for Life there. I think there's also a Crystals for Life Twitter.
Yeah, there is. I don't remember.
I think
it's at C4L Marathon.
C4L Marathon, the number 4. So check that out. Whole bunch of RPGs. If there's a mod in the chat rooms that can link the schedule, maybe that would be cool.
Yeah, last year they pretty much went through all the Final Fantasies. This year they've expanded more. There's still a couple like
Except this
FF6.
one, because we didn't think it was possible to make an entertaining run out of it. glad to be proven wrong there.
So Duckfist, you're running this at that marathon.
Yes, I'm going to Crystals for Life. I'm only going to be able to take like 2 days off, but definitely want to go.
Big shout
That's
out
gonna
to
be sweet.
Duckfist. I mean, you basically routed this yourself, didn't you? I mean, you went off of task notes and such.
Yeah, I went off and I used a little bit of the existing SDA run. It's a segmented run by Dominator, done a few years back. Some of the best run notes I've ever seen. It explains a lot of
Yeah, there's super detailed.
It explains how the 99 items trick works. He uses the 99 items trick. He doesn't use the max inventory glitch for the early game setup like I do.
I think every other run of this I've seen uses the glitch that lets you beat the game in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that use job glitches to call the credits warp command. All right, so I need to unequip that onion helmet. So in the dark cloud fight, I can kill myself right away.
I just love how this is the toughest fight in the game, pretty much.
Yeah.
You kill yourself.
Yeah, I know exactly. Well, it's the fight you're supposed to lose in the Dark Cloud fight. The Zonde fight's really hard. He actually has a ton of health. Oh, check it out. He casts Libra. That's my actual HP.
Safe to say you're pretty much strong.
Milkshakes do a body good.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a tough fight.
I'm in over my head. I mean,
So he's toast pretty quick in a couple of hits.
I'll try to kill you even if it kills me.
Yeah, I'm 16.
So here's the fight you're supposed to lose.
Vice versa.
Get to hear the music again later.
Oh yeah. I'll let the music loop like once or twice too, so we can hear it. Boom. Alright, so that was easy.
I thought you were going to demonstrate why you have to lose that fight.
Big fight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's hard to demonstrate it because I survive every attack easily.
Yeah,
Like the first time through, it's really hard because you're usually under leveled by this point, and you can't. If you attack the boss, you miss every time. Even if I glitch the character's skill level up to H7, which gives you a 99% hit rate, you miss it.
Yeah, doesn't that guy only deal like maybe 1,200 damage to you per attack?
Yeah, or less. Like 800 to 1,200, that's about right.
Please don't die for a fourth time.
Yeah.
Three is sufficient.
Oh yeah, so at this point, they revived my party as well, so everybody else is alive again. I like to play the game to see how long they can survive. So now we're going to the Dark World. What's kind of the real pain about this is not only can you not save in any dungeon, as soon as you enter that portal, or rather as soon as you come up to the top of the Crystal Tower there and fight Zonde, you can't leave. You're forced to go to the end of the game without being able to go back or save.
I'm sure I'm not the only one that lost like an hour and a half of fighting and stuff in the DS version because of dying to find the boss.
I was lucky that I had it on. I did the Android. I played it on the Android port, and I was just quick saving for a long time, just grinding. Just pick it up one day and grind it during my lunch break until I was like 20 levels higher than when I came in, and I was confident I could beat the final boss. Then I knew about how bad it was.
Yeah, it's got to stink to burn up almost all your potions and healing items in that last fight, and then be told, "Hey, go to the Dark World. Wait, I need to go to the shop first."
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was running out of potions. That was the thing that made me pretty much forced me to go to the final boss. So the idea here is right there. As you can tell, there's a lot of out-of-bounds visual cues and navigation and stuff, making this slightly tricky. Like screenshots really help. But the idea is to go to each one of these dark crystals and free the Dark Warriors, which will each one of them reduces the power of the final boss. But no matter what, I can't go to the final boss and kill her. I have to free all the Dark Warriors. So, all right, let's see how long it takes these guys to stay alive here.
Dead.
Oh,
No problem.
you totally need those guys as well.
So I can. Yeah, they had no chance. I was kind of messing.
Shout out to Fiji, Vicky, and Duckfist, who are totally necessary in that fight.
The corpse support.
Just like this.
So exit doesn't work in this dungeon, sadly. No more exit shortcuts to go to the fridge or anything. So we've got to backtrack out of each of these. Back to the Dark World. It's a separate. There's this hub area where I spawn, and each of the four corners take you to just like a mini dungeon, just with a few out of bounds like navigations and a boss. So there's 4 bosses, 4 dark crystals to free the 4 dark warriors, and then you go into the center part of the hub to fight the final boss. Once she's been fully weakened. I really like this music too. Really, the end game has just killer music.
All the music in this game is yep.
Remember, this is the Let's Listen to the FF3 OST run.
I like how we don't even have battles to interrupt it too.
Yep.
Because it isn't until Final Fantasy V they stop reloading the music and the battles.
the uninterrupted Dark Crystals theme and Silk's Tower theme are really nice. Make it a pleasant playthrough. Alright, so I can't forget to do this. The next boss is the boss that casts break on the, shoot. Ambush. Why is every battle that I accidentally get into an ambush? Right. So, anyways, the next boss is the one that casts break on the second turn. Usually I go before he does on the second turn and kill him, but sometimes he manages to actually get that spell off, and it has like a 10% chance to hit me, and it would instantly kill me. So that's why I made an onion helmet, and the onion helmet gives you status immunity. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that's equipped. All right, it gives you status immunity, so guaranteeing I survive this.
Are any of the random monsters in here actually dangerous if you mess up the manipulation?
A couple of guys can cast break too. One guy can cast death. Yeah, and death has a much higher success rate actually. So if I wasn't wearing the onion helmet, death would kill me. But onion helmet pretty much guarantees you survive. But yeah, I went first on the second turn, so there was no.
Yep, exactly.
It's not break 2; it's a 5-character limit, so brack 2. Whatever. So that's 2 of the Dark Crystals, 2 to go. Oh shit. I mean, oops. Yeah. Okay. I forgot there was an additional one on the way out. Ugh. Like, I'm always doing this. At the end of the run, I'm just antsy, and I'm just, like, accidentally getting into battles. And it's dumb, because there's only, like, 12 battles left to skip in the game. It's nearly done. Alright. We got it. One more. Yeah. That's right. Right?
Yeah.
Right. This one, looking at the right wall, 3 columns of wall. Indicates when I need to use the potion there. This one is 1 tile from the corner. There's a convenient hidden passageway in this part that makes the section very short. Yeah. So, this is Ariman. Ariman has really high defense. I don't think I'll be doing 9999 to this guy.
Is it actually impossible to kill the final boss without fighting all of these mini bosses, or just one?
That's right, yeah. No, you just miss the final boss over and over again. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Medio. Okay, it's the 3-rounder. Yeah, this is one of 3 bosses that takes 3 rounds to kill. I mean, at least since the big rat fight. So that kind of illustrates how much damage I'm doing. That boss actually has 35,000 HP. And so it's clearly doing more than 9999 there. Has to be doing at least 12,000 a turn. It's actually around 16,000. The next couple of bosses will illustrate that as well. There. Alright, 1 crystal to go. So, you know, this is like the only RPG I run. I love supporting other RPG speedrunners, though. It's really hard to take the time to route it and play RPGs, though, for me. I don't think I'll be doing any other RPGs anytime soon. speedrunning wise. If I had infinite time, it'd be cool to speedrun Breath of Fire 3. I love that game. But it's like a 9-hour run, so I'm like, nah, maybe not. Or some other ones, you know, but
I've got a few donations as well.
okay, yeah.
So, got 3 donations here. Will Mosher donated $10, who says, "Congratulations, Duckfist. Not only are you blowing apart this game, you're blowing apart my mind." We have $5 from Olgora, who says, "I thought that FFX2 had the best airship, but I found out that FF3's airship has a fat chocobo. Nothing beats fat chocobo."
Yeah. So, I like to make fun of this boss's name. It's the two-headed D. I don't know where they came out with that.
Giving it to D.
But,
Dirty man.
This boss actually does a ton of damage. That just did 7,500 damage to me. So, yeah. So this also illustrates how much damage I'm doing. The boss has 29,000 HP, and I killed it in 2 rounds. So I have to be doing more than 15,000 damage to hit there. But anyways,
yeah.
Please keep.
Final donation. Jaffardo says donates $24 and says, "Wish I could replay FF3 the way you're doing it on stream, Duckfist. Haha. Thanks and keep up the good work, bro."
Thank you. But yeah, I typically speedrun like platformers and stuff. I'm a big platformer fan. I love playing those types of games. Like, love Mega Man. Speedrun Ninja Gaiden occasionally. And I'm currently learning Super Mario Brothers 3. So I'm going to be speedrunning that. When I get home, my streams will probably be mostly Super Mario Bros. 3 streams. So if you like that stuff, hit me up on my channel and give me a follow. I'll occasionally do an FF3 speedrun. I'm not too, I don't really care too much about improving my time. It's just fun to play through every now and then. And for me, the run was mostly getting the route down. And now that I'm comfortable with it, I think I've succeeded in that. I don't really care to push it too far. But if I wanted to be picky, I'm pretty sure I could shave 5 minutes off of my personal best and bring it down to a 152 or 153.
Duckfist, I don't know, have you already explained how the task differs from your run?
What's up?
How the task differs from your run?
The tasks, well, all the tasks do some kind of job glitching. The 39-minute tasks, it's been outdated by the recent credits warp tasks. But 39-minute by Pure Huko does this crazy inventory glitch where it fills your entire inventory up with items, with random items, and it uses the glitched airship to fly across mountains. And it's pretty crazy. I recommend going on YouTube, and there's a cool video you can watch of that task where there's annotations and the author explains exactly what he's doing. But anyways, all the battles are over. This is the final boss.
Oh man, this one, no, it didn't kill you. You killed yourself.
Yeah.
But, because it couldn't kill you quickly enough.
Yeah, so as you can see, 732 damage. Yeah, it would take 50 rounds to kill me. So she's dead in 3 hits. She's 45,000 HP. Just gonna let the music play for a loop here because it's so good.
I do like that they actually gave her more attacks and stuff in the remake too.
Yeah, that's right. In the NES version, all she does is Flare Wave. So all you have to do is grind enough to be able to survive an onslaught of Flare Wave throughout the battle. And that can take a while.
Does Flare Wave do anything except damage?
Nah, just damages everybody in your party. In the remake, the final boss actually there's 2 other targets. The 2 little snake things are also targets, and there's a little bit more dynamic of a fight there. They cast different spells, and she casts different spells, and you can take out the 2 other targets, and I think they come back after a certain amount of time, so you disable them temporarily. I don't know. It's been a little while, but it's definitely a more challenging fight as far as strategy goes, rather than just survive. But yeah, so
you reckon you can survive this?
Huh?
Do you reckon you can survive this?
It's done.
Okay, good. That was close.
It was around 213.
213? Cool. Yeah, that's the walkthrough of Final Fantasy 3. You got to see most of it.
That's the intended gameplay.
Yeah.
They skipped a couple of small areas in the game. Just a couple of towns that you didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Didn't get to see the Forbidden Land Eureka. You didn't get to see Salonia, the Temple of Time, Dorga's Cave. Those are some big dungeons right there. The Temple of Time at Dorga's Cave.
You skipped a few random encounters, but
Yeah.
those would have been dull anyway.
About 188 random encounters.
God. Oh, so dull.
Yeah. You never got the other airship. You get this really fast-moving airship that also a submarine. It lands in water and goes in water. There's kind of a submarine world map too, with a couple of locations like FF5. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, like if you haven't played this game, it's pretty much the precursor to FF5. The whole job system and submarine and airship. Kind of the what's up? Multiple worlds, yeah. So this Final Fantasy pioneered a lot of that stuff. I think the battle system is much more smoother in this game. It's the last non-ATB battle system that started in FF4, but in this battle system it did stuff like if you everyone targets the same enemy and the enemy dies, they'll automatically attack other enemies.
That's a big improvement in this game.
Yes, that was really annoying in FF1 and stuff.
They're actually faster paced battles too.
Yeah. They took away all the all the borders on the screen in the battles, so it's more like seamless. There's damage numbers above enemies' heads in this. That's the first time they did that.
I like the little numbers that show like what is queued against which enemy too.
Yeah, so you can tell what people have done the previous turns. Yeah. So we're going home. We haven't even met two of the people we're with, but we're going home with them.
Oh, do you meet your taxi drivers before you go home with them?
No, that's right. Yeah, they just picked us up, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought they had some kind of plot significance. But
No,
I'm just not gonna worry about it.
they're just a taxi. They're pretty good taxi.
Hope they don't want a tip. I mean, we did loot that one castle. We have a few extra onion shields we can pass out. I
Yeah.
guess.
Probably sell those or something. The chat is very appreciative. Also, one of them is asking, no glitched 8-minute run?
I don't know the route for it. I wasn't really interested in learning it.
You just do a different series of actions during the Jin fight in order to trigger the credits.
Not even that much. You don't even you pretty much you do the max inventory glitch in the first town, the town of on the north side of the town. There's some spots where you can get to battles at, and you pretty much buy enough items at the shop to fill up your inventory, and you drop like a dagger or something onto your job. So when your job is Onion Knight, that's job 0 in memory, and the job address is the first address after the end of the inventory. So if you have if your job is non-zero, like it was for me, I made it a red mage, it skips over it, so your job doesn't lose glitch. But if your job is Onion Knight, the first item that's canceled after the inventory is filled, that item drops into the job slot. So you drop a specific item, I forget which one, into the job slot, and you also manipulate a few other things to get the command to work right, and then you just select the command in battle and it warps to the credits. That's actually done way before Jin. That's in that. You fight the land turtle, you watch the 2-minute opening sequence, you go to town, you enter battle, you fill your inventory, and then select the job command, and the game's done. So that's...
Chromos, and for the others wondering, there is kind of a bonus stream schedule. The Englishman will be doing Papa EO next on PC. But while there is a schedule, and I think there is a picture of it, I don't know if someone can link it, but it's kind of loose because it kind of depends on the runners already being in the room when their run is ready to start.
Might have to take another picture after updating some of these too.
Yeah, there's that. Well, didn't stop me from beating your ass, did it?
Apparently, we didn't hit you hard enough.
No.
So would the Englishman be okay with starting a few minutes early?
Well, he's there at the PC. I hope.
Okay. We can watch this credit sequence. It's kind of a neat credits. So. Okay.
This is where you go with the credits warp, right? You you actually skip the ending and just go straight to this.
Yes, I think that's right. Yeah. I think the only person that I know that does the credits warp runs, he's Dio Generate is his Twitch name. Dio Generate. He also has a walkthrough of how to do it. It explains all the steps that you need to actually do it. It involves playing the piano. Actually, you have to play the piano in the first town in order to do it. I think that's
Another connection to FF5.
right. Yeah, there's pianos in it. I sadly didn't visit any of the pianos. No piano flexes.
Maybe into the wood again.
Yeah.
In case I need
And
more
I wanted,
stops in emergency.
I was probably gonna have like a donation instead of for doing that at Crystal Supply. This is a quick one, and maybe, and or show off the glitched airship. Set up a save file for the glitched airship because it's too funny. I'll just have to instruct people to turn down the game audio a little bit because it just like blares sound when you do it. So Fiesel, level G7, trooper.
He's a 7th level G.
So that's not Hex. It's the game just like starts going into other characters. It's like level 166 or 167 or something. So PJ Dice got us through Big Rat. Applause for that guy.
And then everyone else.
Shout out to Flicky waving his sword about like he did something.
Level 7.
All he did was
Maybe rest in
add
peace.
more way for Fiesel to drag around.
Corpse support, extra battle commands, and myself.
Duckfist for best corpse of AGDQ.
I don't know how I managed to gain one level higher than that guy. Alright.
You're always a level lower, Flicky.
And then all these
Sarah, we met inside a cave of the seal before Jin. Sid was he was turned to a ghost in the second town.
We let his wife die.
Desh was he's the guardian of the Tower of Owen. He came back from the dead. Elio, she was in the shipwreck. She unlocked the water temple for us and got assassinated. Yeah, the jealous fake light warriors. Alice, the Prince of Salonia, whom we never met. Dorga, old guy. We never met him either. Un, okay, she opened up she broke all the bricks for us, and she likes the flute. I think Dorga was. He's in the cave somewhere. You have to access it with the submarine. That's all I remember.
Was this Sid's first Final Fantasy?
He was in 2.
He is in 2.
Yeah.
The Chocobos, were those in 2?
Yes. But the music for them is only the first half of the loop from later games. So
Oh,
it's
really?
really annoying if you're going across the whole map. Yeah.
Oh, and Spike. So I was asking if you're doing a Kingdom Hearts run during bonus stream.
I'm planning on actually doing Rayman because we did a lot of work on it yesterday. Kingdom Hearts would be a very long run, and I wouldn't be able to do a full run. So yeah, I'll talk more about that when I get on stream.
Awesome. Which Rayman?
Rayman 1, the original.
Oh, sweet.
We actually did a lot of rerouting of it and found a lot of new. I brought it to AGDQ so people could reroute it.
Okay. Yeah, Rayman hype. Also, someone asked, Fiesel is not the runner, Fiesel is just one of the characters. Duckfist is the runner. Fiesel's just some guy.
Dirt Duckfist.
Fiesel was merely the hero.
Yeah, Fiesel played Final Fantasy 1, and I saw him playing. I was like, it'd be cool to pick up, one of the old games. I saw this really glitchy run of this Final Fantasy 3 once. Let me try it out. So that's how that started.
If hasn't, go follow twitch.tv/Fiesel for FF1 runs.
Yeah.
I always plan on doing that today after this.
Cool. Man, I can't wait.
Too bad FF2 is nowhere near as glitchy.
I've heard some people expressing interest in learning FF2 though. I'd like to see it around a bit.
If you look at the Japanese leaderboard for FF2, there's only one run in the Famicom version.
Yeah?
It's all the rest is GBA.
That's pretty insane.
When is Duck Hunt? Duck Hunt is when you come here and run it.
I don't think we have any more.
That's it.
Duck Hunt running around.
Yeah, I think we successfully destroyed them all. Good job, team. Alright, how are you doing,